Welcome to my channel, Level Headed with Levi D. Please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and set the bell notification to all. Please also share this. Let's get into it.
Don't wait up, I've been working hard every day, living dreams for a pay stub, yeah, straight up. 5 years later, like I said, I was naked on my way up. It's all up, coming from the nation, laid a foundation, true stuff, yeah, too tough. We ain't giving up on our dreams, everything is ahead of us. Stay true to your path, it's not where you start, it's all where you're at. It's where you end up when your back's to the mat. Do you cripple the flat or get up off your back? Deliver these facts to see them react. The stadium's packed, they all gonna snap. The motivated attract, the escalated attack, the frustrated hit back. Yeah, we move fast. I wanna change everything. I swear I'll do anything just to get where I wanna be. I won't stop till I'm free. I won't stop till I'm free. I won't stop, no. I won't let go. I won't drop, no. And I won't let go. I won't stop, no. I won't let go. It's automatic, I'm always getting after it. If you ain't working, I don't understand what's happening. It's not enough time just to be imagining. You gotta take some action towards practicing. I know it's not easy, but you gotta get out there. Make your own meaning, can't afford to have doubts. They'll interrupt here, man, I just wanna look out there. The crowd all screaming. I wanna change everything. I swear I'll do anything just to get where I wanna be. I won't stop till I'm free. I won't stop till I'm free. I won't stop, no. I won't let go. I won't drop, no. And I won't let go. I won't stop, no. I won't let go. I won't drop, no. And I won't let go. I won't stop, no. I won't let go. I won't drop, no. And I won't let go. I won't stop, no. I won't let go. I won't drop, no. And I won't let go.
Welcome in, everybody. I'm Levi D. I'll turn my camera on here in a few minutes. Today we're going to be covering the missing person, Jacqueline Reyes. She went missing out of Boynton Beach, Florida. She is 30 years old. She's been missing since June 1st, 2022. She is biracial, 5'8", 110 pounds, black hair, brown eye color. Jacqueline or Jacky Reyes was last seen on 6/1/2022 at 1:30 a.m. at 4184 South Shady Lane, Boynton Beach, Florida. Jacqueline was reported missing on July 1st, 2022. Jacky is diagnosed with depression and anxiety. Jacky took her book bag along with her laptop. Unknown clothing description at the time of the disappearance. I have her mother here today, and I'm going to bring her up here in a second. If you guys are watching this, please hit the thumbs up. Please leave some prayer hands for the mother, as she's trying very, very hard to find her daughter, at least to get her to call her. And we need to do our job and share this out there and make sure that this gets seen by many people. And here is Jacky's mother, Jacky. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So I want to, you saw my live from yesterday. What
Right.
I want to get into is let's go. I was reading something yesterday that was she in sports in high school? Let's start at high school level. And what type of
Yeah, she did volleyball. She was very active in volleyball, and she did that, I think, like at the beginning of high school. Then she kind of fitted out of doing any more athletic stuff, but she got more into taking design classes and stuff. She really was into that. But she was like an almost straight A student. You know, it's like she would have had straight A's, but she had a B in math because she was butting heads with the teacher, and it was kind of, it was kind of frustrating because I was like, you could have got a scholarship, but I've always worked with her to make sure her education was very, very important, and I stressed that with all three of my girls to make sure I was a mom that was able to be there for my children at all times, and I always emphasized schooling on all of them. And she just was very smart. I mean, she just was very intelligent. And I remember one thing they did at the school. Like I said, she loves design, and I remember her doing a little fashion show that one of her classes they did. And it was pretty cool. And so she just did a lot of different little things like that. And it's just, and then she went, oh God, why am I not thinking of the name? It was
So
a program.
she went to high school. Where did she go to high school? In Arizona, right? In Flagstaff?
Blackstaff High
Okay.
School. Yeah. And she went on a trip to Australia. It was a special program. She went with her best friend Melanie and a couple of other people that were friends. But, she had a lot of stuff, and then she got into modeling, and I did a photo
At
shoot. What
at what age?
I think that was more like when she was high school. I mean, senior in high school, and so when she, like I said, she was studying a lot of the design and all that. She went to that school in California for, um, oh, I can't think of the name of the school, but it was a school for design. And but then she said, she just dropped out. That she just wasn't into it as much at that time. So what she was doing was, she's been in music videos with Mac Miller and Pac D, which I've posted those. And then she also had a little snippet of, I mean, you have to really know where to look, and it's like
Yeah.
she was on Grey's Anatomy,
Oh, really?
and yeah, yeah,
Oh,
she was on.
nice.
Yeah, there's something on my page that shows that picture. She was in Grey's, but I'm sure there is a lot more out there because I know what she told me was, she would do extras, fill in as an extra, like in the background type of thing.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't doubt there's more out there because that's how she was earning money, was doing things like that.
So
So
so she went from high school. What did she go to college
yeah, that's what I'm
right
saying. She went to this college for design.
right after high school?
Right.
Okay. And that was in LA?
That was in LA.
Okay. And then she did not finish, or she finished the
No,
design.
she didn't finish.
Okay.
She just went a different direction, and then she did some modeling acts. She did um some music videos. She did, like I said, she did all this stuff, you know. And she was like, I know that she's had some connections with other rappers. I don't know their names, but she was more into rap.
Mhm.
And but what drew her away from LA was the pandemic. When the pandemic hit, movie sets, everything was shut down. And so, it was a struggle for her. And she, just like everybody in America that's struggling from the pandemic, well, my middle daughter, Carrie, lived, well, she's in Nevada now, but she was in New Mexico. And so she went to New Mexico and she stayed with her for about a year. And then she went back to LA to reestablish herself. But she still couldn't get on her feet at that time. And she also, this is when we got the phone call. She's in Florida, which kind of threw us off, and that was in January. And so she's just was really trying to reestablish herself, with everything that's happened with the pandemic and stuff. And I do know there's this company, that sells seeds, and she was actually going to, and this is why it's so puzzling about this whole case. May 31st, because there's a magazine called Honeysuckle. There's a
Okay.
story about her. And in the story, it says how she was going to start working because she was working with them before in LA. Well, they reached out to her um, to do stuff in Florida. Well, they were supposed to send a shipment to her, but they needed to get an address from her. Well, obviously, something happened, that she didn't get that connection. And also the job that she was doing waitressing and stuff at Carrabba's Italian
Hmm.
restaurant. She was either supposed to work the second or the third, and she didn't show up for work either. So this whole case has got us all like, what in the world is going on? Because there were no red flags. I've been talking to my daughter all through this whole time she was in Florida, and in fact, she even called me in May and needed a little bit of money because she needed some food. And her friend also gave her a little bit. But on May 31st, I, texted and said, thank you for paying me back. And then her friend also, she paid her back on June 1st, around 9 o'clock that morning. So that was the last any kind of contact we've had with her was June 1st by text message.
So
But
let's go back just for a second.
that's fine.
I read in the article that I was reading yesterday. So when she arrived to, and there's some things if you don't want to, I'll just let everybody know. There's some things that I know that you're heartbroken over that have happened in yours and hers life. That if you're uncomfortable talking about it, we can leave them out. I know that she had a stepfather that has passed away, and her father has also passed away. But when she went to Florida, when she
And I
first
prefer to call him daddy, not stepdaddy.
okay, yes,
Because
her
he legally adopted her. And I'm sorry,
you're
I'm
fine.
still
Yeah,
grieving.
I know.
But he's daddy. He's been
Yes.
daddy since she was 5 years old. The first 5 years of her life, I raised her on my own. No,
Mhm.
all three of my girls I raised on my own with no child support. And I raised my girls, and that's just why I was so tough on them about education and everything. And I worked hard with them, and it was hard, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's daddy. And my husband, he was 14 and a half years older than me, but he's a Vietnam vet, so she has opportunities, through programs if because I know we talked about it, and so she has plenty of resources if she just use it, because of the fact that my husband's military. And she was doing some online class. Oh, I forgot to mention that she was doing up to the time that she disappeared. And I don't know if she's still doing it, but she was doing online classes. I mean, she literally was getting her act together, doing online classes, getting reestablished with that business, and then working at a restaurant. So all this doesn't add up.
So when she first went to Florida, I was confused. So the one aunt that she was staying with said in some place that she just showed up on her doorstep. But
Right.
she first went to Florida. What town was it in, and who did she go to?
Okay. This is all hearsay, so I don't know the
Yeah,
factual truth.
yeah.
But there's I guess a report saying she went. I think this was from the aunt. She was in Jacksonville. I don't know who's in Jacksonville, but she
Okay.
was in Jacksonville, and then she went, and now she was with the aunt. Before Denzel passed away,
And we call
We were there.
Denzel, or Denzel biological father.
Denzel's the biological father, and before he passed, we talked in January, and we were like, "What is going on with her?" Because he did talk to her several times through the years. They never met in person, and to clarify that, I did check. We had the authorities check, but he lived in Oklahoma, and the place where he was at is completely abandoned. So I that is completely off the you know I had that all checked out. I mean, I've been working nonstop,
So
and
do you think that so when he passed from where? From Florida?
no, Oklahoma.
From Oklahoma. Okay.
Right. When he passed, but before he passed, we thought it was just kind of odd. Why are you staying with the Aunt Joy? So we just didn't really have any answers to why what she was doing. But for me, I respect my children as long as they check in with me. You know, I have to know they're safe and they're okay, because I know how dangerous the world can be out there. And I always have to know if my kids are okay. I have an open door policy. I mean, save my daughter who has 2 kids. If for some reason something happens and they have an unexpected, my door's open. I will do anything for my children. I always have this open door policy. I've been living in the same place for over 25 years now.
So doesn't even show you are live on my PC. That's interesting. What I want to some reason what the aunt was saying is that she was in Jacksonville. Does Denzel's side of the family have any family in Jacksonville? Do you talk?
Like I said, I
with
know
any of them?
nothing of the biological family of
Okay.
the father. I know nothing of them. And I do
So
know Jamaica is where they came from, because that much I know.
mhm,
Because there's still a brother, which there was we'll get into that a little bit later, but there was an odd call from him, and I'll explain that in a minute.
okay.
But there is a brother, Carl, and a sister, Joy, from Denzel, that live in Florida.
So
And
Joy is the one that she went to go stay with. Do
right.
you talk with Joy now?
No, I blocked her because she has been saying not very nice things about me, and telling me I'm a horrible mother. I'm putting all this information out there. Our lives are private and nobody should know anything about us and stuff like that. you
Hmm.
know and I'm like, you know what, our lives aren't private right now. I said, my daughter's missing and you waited a whole damn month to report my damn child. And the problem is, you reported my child missing the day I had to call too. And it's like, don't give me this BS. You're looking for me when you actually had my phone number, and the uncle had my phone number. And so all these little excuses, it's just, I'm sick of it. I'm really sick of it, because what happened in June? You can't answer that. All you
So
can say is we're invading her privacy.
her sisters, she has 2 sisters, right?
Yeah, Carrie and Rhonda.
Yep. And they don't live in Florida.
No, they live. One lives in Nevada. One lives in Washington.
Okay. And
Yeah,
neither
and my
close.
family is California. So as you can see, we have no connection with Florida.
Yeah. So all 3 sisters were close with each other, like they'd talk a lot or not.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
at least once a month. They always hear from her sister. Wasn't like, because Carrie, the middle daughter, like I said, she lived with her for a year. Those two are especially a lot more closer. you know, and so they really had a lot of communication together with each other.
Hmm. Yeah. So
And she had it because when she went to LA, I know there could be confusion here, but her driver's license, she never changed it. It still had New Mexico. So that's why she's got a New Mexico driver's license, because she never
okay.
changed it. But she did, like I said, she doesn't own a vehicle or anything. she's on foot wherever she's at, you know.
Yeah. Lori Davis, yes, you did hear that right. They waited a whole month to report anything. And not the mother, it was the aunt that didn't, basically the aunt didn't even tell you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What put the puzzles together was, like I said, I've been getting bizarre calls. Um, I got a call June 28th, and I didn't realize how fast June passed, because June is an extremely hard month for me,
Mm-hmm.
because June 3rd is my husband's birthday and our anniversary, and it would have been 22 years this year and 25 years together. And but it was so on June 28th, I get a phone call. I'm asleep, and I just happened to look at my phone, and I saw it was Carl. And I'm thinking, why is he calling me? So I try to call Carl, no answer. Try to text my daughter, try to call her, everything, no answer. So I started putting the pieces together, and then I start calling her sisters. I said there, have you heard from her? And then I realized we got a problem. And so apparently one of the oldest daughter got a hold of the aunt Joy, and they talked a little bit, and then I had one conversation with the aunt, and she said, I've been looking for her and all this stuff. I'm like, how are you looking for her? I don't see any effort of looking for my daughter. And why would you want to, on July 1st, the police wouldn't take her seriously? And why would you meet in the parking lot to report my daughter missing instead of your house? And then I called July 1st also. And so her making a statement that she tried to make a police report. Yeah, you tried to make a police report the same day I had to make it. And so don't tell me you did it before July 1st when there's no evidence. And so on July 1st, that evening, I got a different officer, but of course they weren't very friendly to me. I had to label my daughter was in danger. I had to label my daughter was who suffers anxiety and depression. And that was the only reason they'll take my case seriously. And then on top of it, I'm thinking, how am I? Now they have to have a signature in order to file her missing. And I live in Arizona. How am I supposed to, you know? I said, look, I'm the mother. I know what's going on. That my daughter is missing, and I'm trying to tell you, this is no game. And so they had to go to the Aunt Joy's house to get the signature. And boy, was she upset about having the cops at her house and having to wait. She wanted to go to bed and get some sleep. And I'm thinking, you're making these weird comments, and I got proof. If she wants to change her story, go right ahead. I saved every text message that she said. And I'm thinking, why did you worry about going to sleep when my daughter's missing? I haven't had much sleep and since I figured this out, if I hadn't figured out she was missing, who knows how much longer before it got reported. And so, because that's how, she even said on, I think it was CBS 13, I reposted it. And that interview that I had, just so everyone knows that, because I think I'm finally getting television interviews. I'm not. That interview I had was in July. I reposted it just to show that this is the only media attention that I've got and the little snippets. But she even says on that interview that my daughter always contacts her with her mother and things like that. So you could tell that there's something off here. And so
So
it,
question before you go any further.
yeah, that's right.
The text messages from the aunt to you that you've given to the police?
Yes. And their response to me was, we can't get into domestic disputes. And I'm like, okay, I'm just,
Who Who else lives at the aunt's house? She has a husband and kids, or just her?
I know she has. As far as I know, she lived on her own. So like I said, I know very little of this family because it's the biological father's family, and so these people are very, you know, it's like you said. I leave a private. Oh, and that was the other comment she made was, why is the media putting my address? It wasn't me. It was the media. Don't blame me. Putting her address out there and saying it's putting her life in danger. Why would that put her life in danger? I mean, really? I mean, she's getting all upset and bent because her address got put out there. And I'm sorry. My mind is on my daughter. I'm not worried about this and that, It's just fact of life, that yeah, because she's trying to say, well, they shouldn't be saying that address, and they said she be listen. It should be Lawrence, and I forget the other street. Not my address, And I'm like, well, she left your house, so you're the last one that saw her. And how can she identify what she took, but can't identify what she was wearing? That I can't understand.
Well, do you believe that the picture that's on the screen up in the top at the cash register, you believe that's her?
It looks like her. It's her,
Okay.
the smile, and she does wear hats occasionally, and but as you can see, she doesn't have any belongings with her except for what is in there. That's it. Her stuff is still at the aunt's house, so anything could have happened. I mean, it just doesn't add up.
Hmm.
It's very, very confusing. Because you know I don't know if anyone's controlling her or she's not thinking, or I don't know, but she's living in where there's a lot of trafficking. And as you know, my daughter does modeling and all this stuff. So she's an easy target to be on the streets, that she could easily be picked up, and this is why, you know, we need to know she's safe because, you think about it, all this time, nobody, I mean, we're at day 111 now. Day
111.
111, nothing, absolutely nothing. I mean, that's bizarre.
Yeah. And I think I got my days wrong yesterday. I'll fix it. Because I think yesterday I put 109 days.
Yeah, you did. And today we're at
110.
September 20. Yeah,
Yeah,
111 days now since she's been missing.
I'll fix it. Um, so she moved with the biological. She moved in with the biological father's, Denzel, which is no longer with us, into his sister's house
Right,
in Boynton Beach.
right,
Did you speak? So she went there in January, right?
right.
So did you speak with her uh, once a week, from like
I
January?
mean,
I'm
once or
just
twice a
asking.
month. Once or twice a month. I
Okay,
mean,
and
I
then
knew she was fine,
what did she?
because
What did she say that she was visiting different places and liked it down there? How her
no,
nothing. She didn't say anything like.
no,
So I see West Palm Beach is right there. Um, Sometimes people like to go off the grid and live at the beach. I mean, Florida's an easy place to do that at. And I just was curious if she never said anything about going
no,
where. You have access to her bank accounts?
no. I
No.
don't have any access to anything, so I really don't know what the heck's going on. And that's why I'm a little upset with the authorities, because if they have able to get into her bank account to get wherever this place is, then why didn't you follow the trail so that we could get some physical contact? Because, you're obviously don't want to tell me anything because you say telling me the name of the place is invading her privacy. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do to get the correct information to
Well,
help my daughter?
and they did not confirm in that latest update. They have not reached. They have not made contact with her. I
No,
saw that
she's
same
still
thing.
listed missing until
Yep.
physical contact.
Yeah.
And I always have to stress that to people. Remember, she is listed missing until physical contact. And then
Yeah.
when I do, wherever this is, it says in the report too that they handled the information to the authorities in that area, whatever. But that's great. But what good is that going to do me if I can't contact to see what's going on with my daughter's case? So I
But you should
absolutely know
be.
nothing.
When you call there, they won't talk to you at all whatsoever.
No, I
Hmm.
get either an email or a text. That's how they've been responding to me.
But they do respond.
Uh, Not since July.
Not since July. Okay.
I've
I
sent
just
I've sent 2 emails already and not responded back.
nothing. Um. Well, this will be interesting. So, tomorrow, just so you know, I am having a special guest that likes to pick up on cases and different things where there is problems where they're not getting any help. She didn't get any help from her own daughter that went missing, which she's been found safe and back into her custody. But she has a pretty big following and does articles and writes articles. And I'm going to get her linked up with you
Okay.
so that we can get an article written so that we can make, and she'll publish it down there. So she lives in a different state, but we'll get one made so that it's published so that the local people over there will be able to see the article and see what's going on. And those emails, I like to work with police, but they at least could say that it's still under investigation. At least say something to you.
Yeah.
We want them on our side. So bashing them
Yeah.
and
I'm not trying to bash them.
yeah,
It's just I'm frustrated because I'm the
yes,
mother. That's the part. I'm frustrated because I
yeah,
just want to know what's happened to my daughter.
I know. We'll get some answers. I have somebody. There's a couple of people that are in chat that live in Florida. I also have somebody that I speak with off YouTube that lives in Florida, and I'm gonna see if they can make some sense and make some headway with the police as being locals over there, and see if we can get them to speak somebody that is in Florida. So sometimes when you deal with state to state things like this, which is not right, they should be in constant contact with you. And the thing
Yeah.
is we need to work with them the right way because they're the only ones that you're in Arizona. They're the only ones that are going to be able to help you in this situation. And we're not going to put, I don't want to put heavy pressure onto them. But like if somebody from Florida called over to Arizona on a missing persons case, being a local in Arizona, they would kind of be like, bug off, kind of is how I would like to say it. And even if it's a family member and it's sad, but let me
Oh yeah,
try.
they told me to. I got a text message, because I was telling them how frustrated. And they said, "Well, if you need to file a complaint to such and such, I'm not out to file a complaint against you. I'm out to find my daughter."
Yeah.
I mean, to give me that information that if I'm not happy with this or that, I can file a complaint. I'm not out to file. I want my daughter found. I mean, that's what I'm all about. I've been posting nonstop ever since I found out, and I won't stop until my daughter's found because something's not right here. And her friends are saying the exact same thing. Something isn't right for her to just go off and do this.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I've got multiple sclerosis, and she knows she has a mother very sick.
yeah.
So
And
it doesn't add up.
yeah. Hmm. 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 I'm gonna look at this total and a total of 180. So there was a picture that was taken there. Do you remember the date off the top of your head when that was June something, right?
Which one?
The one up here.
Oh,
This
that
yeah,
one they said July 15.
July 15th,
Right.
and we're now in September.
Yeah. You know,
Uh, do you know when
it's
this picture was
baffling.
taken?
And that picture would have happened to been sometime this year, and that was taken at the aunt's house. And I know you mentioned that she has black hair. It's actually dark brown hair. I know it looks
Dark
black,
brown.
you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
very dark brown.
yeah.
Because you
What
can
I
see
just
the light, how the light hits her hair. It's a
yeah,
little brown.
yep. I
Um,
agree.
I know we constantly get a little bit of mix up, and because I always have to clarify, I am the biological mother. My husband, her daddy, adopted her, who's been her daddy since she was 5 years old, who just passed away January 12th of 2020. That's
Did
her
she
daddy.
did she come? Um, he passed away in Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did all the sisters came back home?
Yeah. They
Okay.
came back home for the funeral, everything. Yeah.
So then so that was January 12th. So after the funeral, she left and took off to Florida?
No, no, no. That was
Sorry.
2020.
Oh, 2020. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So she left and
2020.
went back to LA.
Right. She went
Okay.
back to LA, and then the pandemic hit. So that's
Yeah.
when everything kind of went
I
haywire.
just wonder. Wow. I know that this picture was taken, if that's her, was taken in July. If that was her, they should be able to verify as long as she didn't pay with cash there. They should be able to clarify.
Well, yeah, the only way they got this was because of a bank transaction. So why are you not following them to get a hold of her? You see what I'm saying? That's how they got this. This was because they told me it was because of a bank transaction. That's the only way they were able to get this.
You see what that says? This is my friend
Yeah.
Lauren Davis. She's
Okay. Hi, Laura.
She has 1,000 followers on her Facebook, and she just shared on her Facebook. And I'm gonna do one of those alert things. I don't know if you've seen them in my Facebook groups. In my Facebook group, the alert thing that I do with people, where I read their posters, show the area, and that has like a warning siren in it. And I will put it into those communities. So each community will have a community tab, and I'll put them in there so that if anybody sees her, and I'm gonna try to use as many different styles of pictures because she looks so. I'm gonna move us just for a second. So she looks totally different here than she does here, and she looks different here than she does here, just by the way that she presents herself, which is unique about a person. And
Well, yeah, and there's another picture. It's like people need to understand when you're biracial.
yes,
During the winter, you're going to be light. During the summertime, you're going to be darker. And someone was questioning, skin tone, and I'm like, she's biracial. What do you expect? She's, it was mind-boggling.
I'm gonna give you these pictures when I'm done, so you can use them to post. I see you post every single day, and you're more than welcome to use these to post. So
Okay.
I thought that the sunflowers kind of fit her personality from what I saw in the pictures.
When I saw that yesterday, I just broke down. I said, yeah, that seems to be her, Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to give it to you so that you have it. And if you want me to have it say something else, I could do whatever. these texts I could take and switch. We could take it off so it just shows a picture,
Right.
however you want it, and it's not hard to make. So definitely.
Yeah, and you just have to have the description and the police number on there.
Yes. Let's get into who is CJ.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That is like I said, that was the aunt's phone, and I know that every time I called my daughter, I always got this if she didn't answer CJ. I have not a clue because that was the aunt's phone, like I said. But I have noticed the voice does sound like the aunt's voice. I don't know why she uses CJ, and so I'm totally clueless on that one.
Maybe her middle name starts with a C, maybe, and she just reverses it around.
CJ, well, Joy Dixon Sharp is her full name, so yeah, I don't know. But I listened to that voice several times, and it really does sound like the Aunt Joy. And so I know someone said they thought it was my daughter Jacqueline, but no, to me it sounds more like the Aunt Joy's voice. But the thing is, I just wish there was a way to ping it and see where the phone is now, because if it's still pinging around the Aunt Joy's house, like her friend said, she doesn't have that phone. It has to be a different phone that she's got that we're not familiar with, and we don't have the answers to why she's not reaching out. We just don't know. We can't assume anything until we have physical contact with her.
Yeah, yes, it needs to be pinged. What type of phone? So when was the last time that you physically saw her? Was it at the funeral? Was the last time that you actually saw her, or you saw her?
I saw her actually. She was at my place for a week, almost a week. The first week of January
Of 2022?
Yes, this year.
So,
Yeah,
so before she went to Florida, she stopped by your place for a week.
right. She never mentioned anything about Florida or anything. I mean, I never dig into her. I just thought she was going back to LA. So
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like a shock when she was in Florida. So, because like I said, my daughter's very quiet, very private. When it comes to her personal life, she doesn't like me to invade. She'll tell me when she wants to tell me, but but the main thing though, she always stayed in contact with Mama, even if she didn't want to share anything. I mean, I'm talking about a daughter that if she had anxiety or depression or whatever, she's having one of those attacks, she would call. I mean, she's in LA, calling me at 1 o'clock, 1:30, whatever, in the morning, and upset. And I'll sit there and spend an hour or two until she's completely calmed down, and then she's fine again. This is the daughter that would always call me if she was having an issue like this.
What kind of a phone, when she saw you in January, what kind of a phone did she have? Was it an iPhone or Samsung?
I think it was an iPhone. I don't know what, but yeah.
Yeah.
And see,
Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay, so when she would message you, it would be like blue and gray on the messages, or it would be green?
I don't know. I don't know if it still got saved on here, because my phone seems to erase some of my messages. And let's see if I have the last message on here. Yeah, it looks like my stupid phone erased, and I'm trying to make sure I take pictures.
The reason why I asked if she had an iPhone, it would be blue and gray messages.
Right.
And her sisters probably would know better. It's just a curious question as to, if you have like an expensive phone, why would you leave it behind?
Right. Well, that was the aunt's phone. Okay, let me clarify. That was the aunt's phone. that she had. So the phone that we might as well get back to this incident. Okay.
Uh-huh.
When she first went to Florida, she had to rent a car, and she's not a criminal, just so you know. Her stuff, phone and all, were left in that vehicle. So she didn't have any of her stuff until months later when everything was cleared up in the misunderstanding. So once she got her stuff back, and that's what I'm thinking. And that's the problem. I don't know the phone number. The phone that the video shows, I
Mhm.
have a feeling that is the phone that was with her stuff in that car. So I think that could be what that phone is, and not the Aunt Joy's, is what I'm suspecting. But like I said, it's hearsay because I do know she got her stuff back. So,
So was she in Florida? But so when she came to visit you, so she was in LA. When she came to visit you, you just assumed she was in LA still and
right,
not in Florida already. But do you
right.
think that she was in Florida and then came back and visited you?
No, no.
Okay. When she left her mom's house, what was the last thing she said to what was the last thing that she said to you when she left? Do you
Oh,
remember?
I, I'm in such a fog. It's like, I know that we held each other, and and just kind of, I, I,
That's okay. You don't have to answer now. You can
yeah, I'm just, my
when you
mind's going
think of it.
rattle, rattle because,
Yeah.
like I said,
So let's go back to let's go. I know you're embarrassed about the car issue, but I want to talk about that because it's
that's
important.
okay. I know,
So,
it's
so,
out there, and like I
yeah,
said, it's been cleared.
and it may help us find her.
Right.
So the car was stolen, but her belongings were inside the car, but it was a stolen car.
It was a rental car
Okay.
that she drove to Florida, and then
From
I
where?
guess
She drove
whatever
it
she
from
did not turn it in right.
she drove it from your place to Florida.
Okay, that I don't know. I just
Okay.
know that she did. She was in a rental car when she came here, and I just assumed she went back to LA. See, I don't know the exact what happened between coming here and then after that. I don't know if she went straight to LA or did she just travel. I have no answers on that. I just know that on the rental car, I guess she didn't pay. It was a misunderstanding, and so apparently, which is normal for I guess a rental car. I was told they reported it stolen. So
Mm-hmm.
when she was in Florida, officer pulled her over, and of course she got arrested because of the fact that it was reported stolen. Well, the car got compounded, whatever, and of course the stuff was in there, and she got arrested. Well, it all got cleared up. She got her stuff back, and so it
Do
was
you know
just.
what? Do you know what county that was, or what town that she got pulled over in?
I'm thinking it had to be Boynton because her aunt's the one that took care of everything and took care of the court issue or whatever, and everything got cleared up through the aunt. I know she uses that against me.
Well, when
You're
was
lucky that she happened to be here, and I could have, that happened anywhere else, and I'm like,
when was so that happened when? Do you remember?
um, it would happen, had to happen around January or February. I'm thinking,
January or February? Okay.
she didn't tell us. She didn't tell us that she was arrested or anything. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. She's very private, you know, but she always kept in contact. That
Yeah.
was the
Well,
main thing.
I'm asking the details so that we can
Oh yeah, I understand. I
I
know.
just search
I'm
I
going
just
through.
search a couple of places and see just in case if there was some other complications that I don't know if you've already searched the jails, but just I don't know if she was charged, if she wasn't charged, if stuff got dropped.
Oh yeah, they got dropped. They got dropped. There's
Okay.
actually there was a report from the courts saying that all the charges are cleared, and everything's cleared on that
You
part.
looked
Because
you looked into it more since she's been missing? Have you
yeah,
looked
yeah,
to make
oh
sure
yeah,
that she's not
because the report shows that it was cleared.
okay? Because sometimes things happen, and you get. I mean, you can be at the wrong place at the wrong time in the wrong car with somebody, and you get arrested as well. So
Yeah.
that's one of my fears is when people go missing, is what happened. I understand that police should run people through their system to make sure they're not in custody. Does that happen all the time? Uh, I don't know because I'm not a police officer, but I'm sure that it's one check that they do. Um, there's just something I see. I go
Well,
back to
the officer that she had to deal with that arrested her,
mhm,
but from what they now, like I said, all this is hearsay because
yeah.
this is from the aunt. The aunt said the cop wouldn't take her seriously about filing a missing person report. Well, it happened to be she got the same cop that arrested her. And so did this cop just think, well, it's not really, because like she was making a stand, he's probably upset she got cleared and all this. I'm going, that shouldn't matter. She's missing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you know, my you're out to label my daughter, and sometimes I really get frustrated. I don't know if it was a black or white cop, but if there was any discrimination against my daughter because she's black, I get furious, because
So
of the race issues
yeah.
with people, and it bothers me greatly because my daughter, you know, look at her record. She has no criminal record. It's like God, I get
So
so tired of that.
this aunt that she went to go stay with, she was in constant um her Denzel, which is her biological father,
Right.
and the aunt, was she in constant like growing up like after high school, let's say after she was 18? Do you know if she was in contact with them like a lot, like she would visit them ever?
I don't know. I
You
do
don't.
know. Well, the most I know is she's only been there in Florida 2 or 3 times. But as far as the phone, she even said it's my business. It's my, family that I need to know. So she wouldn't share anything, and I had to respect that, She just, I, it was just one of those things. I can't push an adult to tell me every detail what's going on,
Yeah.
but as long as she's checking in with me, that was the main thing, because she knows. I mean, we have you can see some of the pictures, how much love we have for each other. I mean, that's why this is like totally baffled that, because she grew up with a very loving family. And so none of it makes sense.
Yeah. I just wonder if she went back to. So when she was living in LA, she had friends there. Do you know any of her friends when she was in LA?
No, and I don't know if any, if it's reached LA that much yet that she's missing, because I haven't had any contact with anybody in LA yet. And so it makes me wonder, did
Did she
that
get on the
obviously.
plane and head back to LA? If maybe that is her in that picture, we don't know. The only thing is that picture was posted by the police.
Right. And
Okay.
it looks like her because of the smile. As you can see in her pictures, her smile is
Yeah.
is that's her. She's free spirit, and she's very good nature. I mean, this is her, it's just her personality, It's one of our friends mentioned too, like if you notice like the couple pictures you got up,
Yeah.
those earrings. She likes to wear big hoop earrings, she
Yeah. I
said.
noticed that. Yeah.
And that was what one of her friends pointed out, that she likes to wear these big hoop earrings. So she took a lot of pride in herself. to take care of herself because, she did, it's like this one, that picture. She's very dark. And I just she's gorgeous in this one model picture. And I was like, that's her. Oh my God. It's like, lock her up. you know, that's how I feel at times, because it worries me.
Yeah. I just do her sisters talk with any of her friends that she had in LA?
No, we all don't know anything who she was connected with in LA. But I
Okay.
know there's a lot of connection because, like I said, she did modeling. She did some acting, like little clips. And she was connected with Mac Miller. She was connected with Pac Divi. And I know there were some, I don't know the names, but there were some other rappers. So she was with people that are very popular.
Yeah. Was she working when she was in Boynton Beach as a model or anything else? She was working at
Carrabba's at the Italian
Carrabba's.
restaurant. Yeah, she only been there for about 3-4 weeks. Now, before that, I do not know. Oh, wait, I do know. Excuse me. Before she worked there, she was working at another Italian. I don't know the name of it, but there was another Italian restaurant. But it was too much for her because, like I said, she has no vehicle. With at Carrabba's, she was able to walk from her Aunt Joy's to the business. That's what she told me.
Have you spoken to Calabras?
No, but apparently, one of the detectives, if I'm, or wait, is it a friend? Either the detective or one of her friends, they said that she's a very quiet person, keeps to herself, and does her job, and that's her. She does. She's not a talker. She's very even like at her sister's Carrie's house. She has two. My daughter Carrie has two little ones, 7 and I think the other one just turned 5. But she would stay in her room. She would, she never came out and yak yak yak. She would just stay in her room. She was doing online classes, and so she's a person that, because even when she was visiting me, we didn't really talk, but we just kind of hanged out. But it's just her nature that she does. She's very quiet and keeps to herself. But when she goes to her friends and stuff, it's totally different. But it's just her nature. You still there?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Um,
Oh,
do you, I was asking you a question. Does she have friends in Florida?
none of I know of.
None
That's
that,
what I'm saying.
okay.
She's only been in Florida like 3 times that I know of, and
So her
so
so her friends that she has are more like from high school
yes,
friends. Okay,
yeah, these
and
are
they
friends that she grew up with.
yeah.
Like I said, I've had people ask me why I haven't hired a private detective and stuff. Well, yeah, we have checked all. It's not like I'm just sitting here. We've checked those avenues and stuff because it cost, when we found out, it costs a lot of money. And I don't have that kind of money. And then her friend Melanie set up a GoFund, and of course we couldn't get enough money, but the money that's been raised so far, we've been able to get a few people randomly put out flyers on her, and that's what the money's been going for, is to buy the flyers, and then someone goes out and puts them on. So we've had some people that have been putting up some flyers.
So I guess how do we help?
I For one, I need, it would help to know where this store is so we could put flyers out.
Okay,
And I don't know what else I can do, as far as, I'm at a point, I'm getting no response. I don't know where to reach out anymore. I don't get
I,
any response from the authority. I'm at a point, I'm totally helpless right now
yep.
because it's I don't know what else I can do because this is mentally draining, and I'm doing this all on my own. I'm doing messages every day, and thank God for you guys and stuff. Now people are reaching out, doing podcasts. So it's just a matter of, I've only got this far is because I've been pushing and been pushing. And I mean, I would have never got the podcast stuff if I had been pushing. But because her story's spreading now a lot more, it's showing that, yeah, I need my daughter found. We need to know if she's okay. I mean, like on one of the podcasts, I mean, they were saying we'll be here for her if she needs help, whatever she needs. We need to find out what happened. I mean, you just don't vanish, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, obviously she must not have any social media, or she'd be calling right now, because obviously she's not realizing she's missing, or somebody's holding her, or something else. I mean, how can you go 111 days and not see that we're looking for you? So that tells you she's not got any kind of contact somewhere. I mean, that'd be bizarre if we got her plastered everywhere and she's not calling. I don't think any person would, if they saw their name plastered everywhere, not ignore it. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, I've been, she's all over the place.
Yeah, I know. I saw. Hmm.
I mean, I had to learn how to do TikTok. I never done TikTok in my life,
I
and
know
I
you're
learned.
doing great. You're doing great with it. I saw.
Oh,
I've been poking around on there a little bit more, and
yeah, I've learned how to do
I
the
don't even know how to
duress and
do
all that.
the things that you're doing on there. I don't even know how to do yet, and you're trying to just keep doing them.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I probably spend 12 hours a day doing this. This is my focus right now. And I probably spend a good 12 hours a day posting or answering messages. I'm just constantly, you know, this is what I've been doing. I take a little break in between if it gets too much, and, you know, and I weed out any, 98.9% or whatever have been great. I get a couple vague ones. As you could see in one of my videos, I did have a breakdown because of the horrible text message, and they kept trying to call me about cutting her finger off because if I don't give them money.
They do that. So in every missing persons case, that's one of the things that if anybody ever has a missing person, that happens in ransoms. Are big and huge is just something that happens, but there's not like a my siblings missing or my daughter's missing 101 book to teach you anything on how to do anything or what's going to happen and how to prepare. And yeah, I get that a lot in other cases as well.
Well, yeah, and even I even had a guy. It turned out, I don't know if he's an actual PI, but he tried to act like he was a PI. And then as more and more came out of him, then it was the money. And I'm like, okay, yep. Because I don't have money, people. I don't know why you want to threaten me with money, because I'm disabled. I've got multiple sclerosis. It's like I have always lived where I just got my needs met, just like I raised my children. I didn't. These are the type of. Oh, speaking high school, I did leave this part. Because these friends are so close, their parents I trusted because they were able to provide things I could not provide. They took her to Mexico. She's been to Mexico on several trips with these families, and then up here we got what's called Lake Powell up here. She's been on a houseboat with the families. So this daughter has gotten a lot of stuff by the gracious friends that she has. And so she's been able to do all this stuff. And I've been very blessed because, I go to, when I raised my kids, we had to eat at the soup kitchen a lot. I mean, we had to, but we had a roof over our heads. That's why I always have an open door policy, because I have been very blessed to never have to be living on the streets. I only had one awful place that I lived, and thank God for my church and friends and family during that difficult time. And this is when I gave birth to her. I was living in a horrible place where there was cockroaches. It was bad. But thankfully a lot of people got me out of that situation. But I had a roof over my head. So it's like I'm
Yeah.
not rich, but I have a roof over my head. And I live in a mobile home park, and thankfully, because my mobile home's paid off, all I have to do is pay the rent space, because rent is outrageous nowadays.
Yeah.
I can never rent. I can never rent a one bedroom. I'd be totally up Greek if I didn't have this home. And this home, like I said, I've been living in the same place for 25 years. So she's been living in the same home for 25 years. So it hasn't gone anywhere.
So I guess the biggest thing is anybody that watches this video, please hit the thumbs up so we can get this into some bigger creators' hands. Go share this everywhere on Facebook, TikTok. Grab pieces of my video and share it. The biggest thing is we need to get this out anywhere. And Jacky, you're more than welcome to use any clips of this for your TikToks and for other stuff. I know you post every day in social media.
Yeah, I just posted a little clip that I was going to be on in 30 minutes with you.
Okay.
I did that earlier.
And I will go and grab your Facebook, TikTok, and stuff after this, and I will put them in the description. So anybody that's listening, they can go and follow you. We need to get the followers up on your find Jacky Reyes Facebook page. And that's the same thing on TikTok, right? It's the same name.
On TikTok, it's Goofy Jack.
Goofy Jack.
GOOFY and then JAC.
Okay.
I came out with that name because it's a funny story how my daughter pointed out, you don't want to have your real name out there, because I'm, like I said, I was just learning, and I just say, "Oh, silly mom, I'm still learning." And then that's how I came up with Goofy Mom, So I put Goofy Jack,
Bling,
and then
yes, Bling.
And then on Twitter, it's 1205 Mama Bear. No. And I'm still learning Twitter, so I'm.
Twitter's something else over there, but we need to get your followers up on Facebook and TikTok and Twitter, so that the more appealing that it becomes, the better it is for you.
Yeah. I fortunately, like on my TikTok, I'm already up to 2,600 or something like that. It just blew up really fast.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna pass this along to some people and see if they can get you onto their panels.
I have a question for you on TikTok. I don't know if you could answer me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I just block them, but I get some of these people, because I want to make sure we're following each other back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
And then because I don't want to, I keep it pretty well under control. But then occasionally, and I've probably had dozens of them, but I get either it's someone looking for, it's not a dating app,
Yeah.
So I get something like that, say, "Hey, gorgeous," blah, blah. And then I get some other ones where it just makes me sick, because I'm thinking of my daughter, but it's, "Hi, I'm looking for a sugar daddy," and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Now, I block them, but do I need to report that? That's what I'm not sure on TikTok.
I don't know too much about TikTok yet, but I am being I somebody that has 20,000 followers is helping me with my TikTok to be able to figure out how to use it. I will ask them today.
Yeah, yeah,
That way,
because I'm not, because even though I have all these people, I have no idea who they are. I monitor everything, and I make sure, that okay, are we following each other back and forth? Is this person legitimate, or you
yeah.
know,
So
I I check all the time.
I had a video on TikTok that got 46,000 views.
Oh
And
yeah, someone just wrote yes, report it. So
yes, that's Bling,
okay,
my right hand person here.
and then block them, whoever's listening after I
Yeah,
report it.
yeah, I'd report it and then block them. And then
Gotcha. Okay.
what I would also do is the lady that I know on there that does some advocating and stuff, does lives on TikTok. So I will get you your information. She's in my Facebook group, and I'll introduce you guys to each other so
Okay.
that you can go over there on TikTok and get out alive, and then they can piece together some things as well.
Yeah, because I noticed, like on like you said, Facebook, I'm not getting a lot of followers on Facebook. And
Yeah.
then when I started doing TikTok, then that blew up. And I'm like, okay. Oh, and Instagram. I'm sorry. And of course, it's Find Jacky Race. I have an Instagram account too. So, but like I said, I've got 2 Facebook accounts, 2 Instagrams, TikTok, and Twitter. So yeah, trying to keep up is like,
Yeah. I wish there was an app that you could just make one video and it just disperses it. I'm sure there is, but I think they cost money, and I'm not going to pay money.
well, yeah, well,
to do it.
TikTok does transfer over, but the problem I have, it'll go to Instagram, but the problem I have is when it goes to Instagram, I could go over to Facebook, but the problem I'm having is some reason my videos are not popping up very well on Facebook. So what I have to do is, because I have the video saved,
So
and then I go in there and post it.
can you post them in my group on there? And Bling, which is in my group there, will get your videos out to some of these missing places as well. So
Okay.
There's a lot of missing places, and we'll help share to get some more traction to your Facebook group. So share it in your Facebook group, and then after you post it in there, just click to share into my group, and then
Okay.
and then from there we'll go and share it into some other missing groups, and then get it so
The
that
video at each day when I do a video.
yeah.
Okay.
Do it
And
so
you'll
that we
give
can,
me the link and how you can what's
yeah. So just when you're recording a video, so what I do is I record a video, and all I do is take it, and you click the picture button on my phone, and then it just uploads the video. It's like I try to do them like 1 minute or 2 minutes long, and then it just uploads it right into Facebook. So like when you go to post, if you click the picture button, it will.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing right now.
Yes,
I do my TikTok video,
yep.
and then I save it,
Hmm.
and then I post it on Instagram and post it on Facebook and also Twitter. That's how I've been doing it.
Yeah, grab them and go share them into my group. And then
Okay.
once they come into my group, Bling will see the new video, and she'll go share it in a bunch of places for you. And
Okay.
then
I'll just pick some
visibility.
out because, like I said, I'm probably
Yeah,
up to 100 now.
yeah.
You know.
Pick out some of the important ones that like pleading and begging for it from home and stuff, and we'll help get those spread out there so that the more views that you get on that. I just did one for Vegas Angels last week, and it's up to like almost I think it's 2,000 and something right now.
Yeah, what link are you wanting me to? Where's the link at?
Just send it to my level-headed
Gotcha.
Facebook, and then we'll Yeah,
Okay.
I'll tell you. I'll write in there
Do
so
you
that
have
you
two accounts on Levelhead?
on where on Facebook or
Yeah,
on. So I have
Facebook.
Facebook. Yes,
Yeah.
I do. Yes, so
Okay.
one's for
I got
just
confused.
yeah. So one is just for family members. So when you're a family member of a missing person, that is the one. The other one is the one I'm talking about. You can post in both of them. Uh,
Okay.
so so the people that are in that, there's other creators in there in that one
Got you.
as well,
Okay.
and it's just families.
I just
So
wanted to get that straight because I was like, because I
yes.
know the other one you can't share, that the other one, and one you can share. And,
Oh well, we can. If Bling will take a look at that. So
yeah,
Bling,
yeah, because both of your accounts,
yeah.
like one of them you're able to share, and then the other one doesn't give you that option. Just
Hmm.
so you know that.
Yeah,
You
well,
know.
thanks for telling because maybe that's why I don't know. We'll take a look at it after this live.
Yeah, because I happen to notice it, you know,
Yeah,
um, and that's what caught my attention was, does he have two accounts? And then then so that caught my attention
I
because I
actually
noticed the one account you can't share, the other account you can.
I think I actually have like five. I think now, but I was helping some other missing families, uh, giving them a missing like find Jackie Reyes page.
Right.
One is private, so you have to be invited in to get the link from an admin. Uh, Bling will get you set up after this. She'll have the symbol of level headed as her profile picture. So when she'll reach out to you after this, and
Okay.
we'll get you so that you can post
And she'll reach out to me on Facebook?
on Facebook. Yep.
Okay, got you.
Okay. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, because I've got to make a call because I had someone some advocate for, oh God, what is the name now? Uh, some kind of hope or something like that.
we bring you
Whatever
hope.
I told you at the beginning.
Yeah. There's another one I'm going to send you. There's another one that I work with, and I don't want to name them on here because I work with them frequently, and
That's fine.
they also have other services that they provide. I
Yeah,
don't
just
know.
send it through Messenger.
Yeah, yep, I'll send it to you. It looks like they cover a lot of cases, so I just joined the Find Jackie Reyes Facebook page as well. Is what Brooke Bling just said.
Yeah, because it's real easy to get into. Find Jacky Ray's page. It's
Yeah.
real easy to get into.
Oh,
And my account is, because it's the same thing. I post the same
yeah.
thing. I'm Jacky Reyes. And that's the difference between Jackie. She's got a Y and mine's IE. So
Yeah.
I'm Jackie, and it's got my maiden name Ferreira and then Reyes.
Yep.
And you'll be able to find me on Jackie Find. So yeah.
Yep. We're gonna wrap this up. Any final words that you want to say if your daughter's watching this?
To reach out, I mean, the whole case is a mystery, and I'm trying to find you, and we want to know you're safe. Anyone that sees her, please reach out. And I think the biggest thing too will help if we know where the store is. If we could just figure out the store too, that will help put some more flyers. Because I've had volunteers that want to put some out if they know what the store is. So it's, we just want to know you're safe. I know you're private. I know but we need to know you're safe because something doesn't add up when you just disappear and not contact anyone. This doesn't feel right. It's just something's off, very off. And I want people to understand that. This is a totally bizarre situation, and she's on foot. So I want people to realize she doesn't own a vehicle. She's out there, who knows, and Florida is a heavy traffic area and kidnapping, whatever. And so, yeah, I'm freaking out right now because when she was in LA, yeah, I was worried when she was in LA. But she kept in contact with me at all times. So I knew she was alive. She was fine. But this is something's off because she called me quite often while she was in Florida and then nothing now for 110 days.
Yeah.
So please, anyone out there, I mean, I want my baby girl to know that she's loved, and I'm hoping to God she's okay. Because I'm devastated right now. I'm totally devastated. So please.
So Jacky, if you're out there watching this, just call your mother, call your sister. If you don't want to speak with them, please go to the police department so that they can verify that it's you, so that your mother doesn't have to worry. And as I always do at the end of these, if you see something, say something. Until the next one.